So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Fernando Vargas, such an intimidating figure, never takes a step back, and is always looking for a highlight reel knockout. Saul.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
These two have certainly talked. So here we go. Should be a good one. These punches coming from every angle. One punch could change everything in this battle. Swing and a miss with the jab. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. That jab was blocked. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Fernando Vargas in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges.
Here we go for round 2. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Ooh, and a big blow right there to Vargas. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. How about that time counter shot? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You've completely switched up.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Swing and a miss with that left hook. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Oh, they landed a good jab there. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. You'd like to see more jabs. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Fernando Vargas in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Here we go to the 4th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. The jab just got blocked. Well done with that counter shot. That left hook won't score. Block that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
He misses with that jab. They exchange punches. Good counter punch. I can't believe it. They are giving up. So they will throw in the towel. The corner has stopped it. They won't be happy about that, but c'est la vie. We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Julio Cesar Chavez, 5'8" tall with a reach of 68 inches. Making his way to the ring, it's Julio Cesar Chavez. This man is synonymous with boxing. It's Fernando El Feroz Vargas from Oxnard, California, a two-time light middleweight champion of the world.
You can hardly hear your...
This bout,
So they stare into each other. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Clean jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Big left there, but misses. You're footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He's willing to go where the other fighter won't. Can't land that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round. Well, we know they've got... And there's the bell for round two. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
If you're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
The straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Swing and a miss with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round. They've got the momentum. On to the third. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The counter punching. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Insane action! Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Well done with that counter shot. This with that jab.
You'd like to see more jabs.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round. Here's the bell for round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter lands. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagan and pickpocket them.
That counter shot lands.
Do you believe what we're seeing?
And he scores with the counter.
Back and forth they go.
How about that time counter shot? And he scores with the counter. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Chavez in that last round.
And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next.
Time for the 5th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around? Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
That's like...
Well, he's had enough, and he is gonna quit. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given up.